Baby, you can love me. Baby, you can hate me. You just okay, well, I kind of messed that up. Anyways, okay, hey guys, what's up? This is your boy Asiago back at you again on 3 a.m. Thoughts. Alrighty, so what to talk about tonight? Well, let's see. Okay, start things off. I got myself a new speaker. It's kind of a bizarre looking one. I'm actually gonna make it the thumbnail for this podcast. But so I was at my local gas station. I wanted to get a couple of energy drinks, and then I saw these like beer bottles and boxes. And I was like, what the heck? What like, are they selling like single bottles of beer in a box or something? So I examined it, and I saw that it was it looked exactly like a freaking Bud Light bottle. Same dimension, same everything, but like it was a speaker though. And I was like, what the hell? And it was only like $40, so I was like, I mean, might as well. I mean, I like collecting speakers anyways. Shoot, this will be my most bizarre one yet. So I bought it, and knowing that it was from a gas station, I'm not expecting the best of quality, but the whole like knick-knack factor, the whole like what do you call that? This is the opposite of authentic. Let's see. It's that novelty. Yeah, it's that novelty freaking gimmick that that I wanted and I paid for. So I mean, there you go. I mean, I tried it out. It works pretty damn well. It connects on my speaker well, and shoot, I just started playing country music. And actually, the first song that I played off of it was freaking "Drinking Problem" by Midland. Kind of perfect for a freaking speaker that's practically inside of a beer bottle. Although I will say though, it's not glass. It is plastic. It's kind of a hard kind of a plastic, and it just looks exactly like one. But yeah, like I don't know. I bought it because I was like, man, this looks hilarious. It's going to my collection. And now here I am starting another speaker collection. Except, it's gonna be full of speakers, not just stuff like JBLs and the cheap $5 speakers that I buy from Walmart. I don't know where I'm gonna put this collection yet, but you know what? It's gonna be the start of it. All right, let's take a break from that little topic there. Just a bit of an opener. Okay, so main topic is that so strange things have been going on lately. So let me tell you. All right, so remember I think it was almost a year ago, actually. Oh no, it wasn't just almost a year. It wasn't that long ago, but it took place like later last year. So my parents went on this trip with their new church, and again, it was during like the height of the pandemic, and the stores started closing down. Not all churches started like wearing masks and stuff. So freaking, actually, this probably was a year ago, but like, damn, man, like, but anyways, so it was the height of the pandemic. Some people still weren't wearing their masks and stuff like that. Now, I'm not trying to pander that kind of stuff down your throat, but let me tell you, man, they went on this trip full of all these people. None of them took any kind of preparations, and then my parents came home. They had COVID, and once everybody in the house except for me had COVID, I'm like, I ain't gonna be wearing no mask inside my own damn home. Hell no. So I freaking packed my things. I moved in with my boy Leslie for a bit until everything calmed down over here back at the house, and then moved back in, so on and so forth. Now, that little camp thing they went to is part of their little church. They go to CT Church in Pasadena, Texas. It's right on Fairmount, right across from the HEB. If you ever want to visit there, or if you ever just want to go over there for any other reasons other than attending, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, wow, whatever. Anyways, so the point is that this camp is kind of like an annual thing. Well, actually, I don't know why I'm calling it a camp. It's a retreat. It's called Freedom Weekend. And basically, it's just very, very secretive. Like, they came back. They seemed like they were on some kind of like a high, and they were like, "You gotta go, yeah." Like, oh, you're like, oh, come on, you gotta go. And I'm like, I mean, thanks for the offer, but I don't want to. I kind of just don't want to go. I don't like being forced into things. Like, at the time they weren't forcing me, but they just kept on like kind of pushing it down my throat, and I was like, okay, it's getting kind of annoying. It was one thing when he just came back fresh from the trip, yeah, like you're telling me to go, yeah, but then like this went on for a long time, for months, and God, like they just kept on pandering this damn Freedom Weekend on me, and it was getting pretty damn annoying. So months passed by, a lot of stuff happened, after I moved back in, my grandma died, and this and that happened, and oh my god, just so much drama at the tail end of the year. And then 2021 comes around, came in for the clutch, keeps on bringing these good vibes. It's actually been a pretty good damn year so far, all things considered. But damn, so freaking, I think it was about almost around 2 months ago. I think it was in February. So my mom was talking to me, and now literally, let me be honest. During this entire time, between the time they came back from that damn trip to at this point in time I'm about to tell you, damn man, literally, these fools, they would never talk to me. Not that I didn't mind. I'm pretty damn cool with just being an introvert. Staying up all night, staying in my room, not just keeping to myself. Just everybody left me alone. I'm like, hey, this is good. You're by this point, you're just my landlords, and I don't. That's okay. I don't mind. But damn, literally, the only reasons they would ever want to talk to me is at first if they needed something, or if they're like, hey, so yeah, you know that we really love you so much, and that you're so special to us, and we're proud of you. You want to go to Freedom Weekend? And I'm like, oh, really? You're really gonna still freaking pander this freaking crap down my throat? My god, yeah, it was getting so damn annoying. And I'm like, look, I'm all for Jesus and all, and I love, the church, and I love, going to church events stuff, but this in particular, I just didn't want to go to. And on top of the fact that it wasn't from my home church, and this is for their church. I don't know if the freaking suckers over there, I don't know what they do, and they refuse to tell me about anything that goes on. They're like, you just gotta go, it's all about freedom and such. And I'm like, how so? And they're like, I can't tell you, you gotta figure it out for yourself. And I'm like, huh? And every time they would talk about it, it'd almost be in this cultish way, and it would just weird me out, even weirded my grandma out back when she would back in her last final weeks. And god, and this, it just, everything about this church in general is just kind of weird. The way they talk, the way they do things, it's kind of, again, like I said, it's kind of cultish. It's kind of weird, kind of I don't know, I don't trust you people. You probably do some weird stuff over there. Come on now. You refuse to tell me anything what goes on. You refuse to tell me how, this is beneficial, to anybody going to this trip, and yet you just expect me to go along with it. I know, they can easily manipulate my sister to do anything, because she's pretty much still she's still a kid. But for me though, I actually think for myself. I don't just follow things without question. I will question y'all, and if you refuse to tell me anything, I ain't gonna go. Not that I wanted to go anyways, but still. And freaking, they just wouldn't stop hammering the stuff down my throat. And finally, come February, my mom comes up to my room, freaking my safe haven from everything. Now let me tell you, my room is definitely just my sanctuary. I don't have to worry about any worries from work. I don't have to worry about any worries from any of the outside world. I can just stay in here, play my games, watch my anime, eat my food, do whatever I want, just chill, listen to music. I can shoot. It's just my escape from the world. But then when somebody comes in and they just invade my area, and I'm like, dude, this is my sanctuary, and you're I don't know, man, and you're over here, you're not only you're invading my damn privacy, but you're also just invading everything that's special to me. I don't know, I won't take it that far, but you know what I mean though. Come on, this, I stay in this room for a reason, because I'm comfortable here. I don't not that I have anxiety, or not that I'm scared of the outside world. It's just that I just want to chill. I don't want to have to deal with drama and stuff like that, so I just pretty much stay in here. And then she walks in, and then we basically have this 3-hour long conversation. I'm like, oh my god. And she's basically being a broken record, telling me I should go, and I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, you better go. And she was being real passive aggressive, really trying to reel me in. She wasn't reeling me in one bit. But finally I decided, you know what, I might go. But the thing is, I won't be able to make life groups. Life groups are these, basically what they are is kind of like a church outside of church. They take place at some point during the week. Some church members get together and they study the Bible and stuff like that. And I was like, I work. And I work at weird hours, and and this was even before I started overnight. So again, arguably my hours are kind of more normal now. It's just flipped over, but still, at this time it was just very weird, and I didn't want to have to stress over having to do that. But freaking basically, she didn't convince me. But I decided to go along with it because, first of all, I just wanted her to shut the heck up about it. Like, it was getting annoying. It was to the point to where, like, if they told me one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna push you off the damn stairs, and you're gonna wish you never freaking told me. Like, I don't, like, legit, serious, man. Like you don't just pander this kind of this kind of stuff to freaking everybody repeatedly over and over again. I swear. But another reason why I decided, the true reason why I decided I wanted to kind of join on this whole shenanigan was because, well, I thought if they're being all secretive about it, they're like, we don't want to tell you anything about it because, you'll understand once you go. And I'm like, okay, fine, you're gonna be secretive about it, all right. I mean, I didn't tell them out loud, but I'm telling you guys here first on the podcast, because I actually go in a couple of days. It starts this Friday, and I won't be back until this Sunday. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna infiltrate. Yeah, everything that goes on, everything that happens, everything that they refuse to tell me, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell everybody on the internet. Yes, no secrets are gonna be kept with me. Like, shoot, I mean, if you're keeping a personal secret with me, I'll keep your secret. But whenever you're doing something very, very weird looking, and I'm getting weird vibes from you, and you're telling me you gotta go to this thing, but you won't tell me anything that goes on in it because everything is secretive. If you're gonna be like that, well, I'm gonna go along with what you want me to do, and I'm just gonna reveal every secret to every platform that I can be on. Hell, like I'll even open up my old YouTube again, freaking make a video and just tell everybody what's going on. Actually, that would give me a good excuse to buy a game recorder. She would just talk about it like I'm talking on a podcast. Have some gameplay footage of me playing whatever in the background. Shoot, that'd be lit as hell. But anyways, moving on now. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, and so things get a lot weirder than that. So it wasn't last week. It was earlier this week. It was a couple days ago, actually. So I had to go to a freaking meeting at this church, and basically it was kind of like a church service. We had praise and worship. It was they had a little bit of a word, but it was mainly just like a pre-meeting to the actual freaking event. So they gave me this piece of paper here. Actually, no, but before I get to this piece of paper, let me tell you what else they did. So after praise and worship, they give us this kind of like these numbers. And these numbers are associated, to each and every person that's going, so they keep confidentiality. And they really stress I can't say this word now. Confidentiality. Everything you say at this trip, it does not leave our group. It doesn't matter how good it is. It doesn't matter how bad it is. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. Everything you say is safe with us, but not me. But anyways, they're really going at how like they're just gonna talk about all these things that you supposedly can't talk about in church. Like what can't you talk about in church? Huh? Sex? What? Like the church? Like, why not talk about sex in the church, man? Like sex is a pretty big deal when it comes to when it comes to the Christian faith. I mean, like, come on now. I mean, if it weren't such a big deal, and if it was something so taboo that we shouldn't talk about in the church, then why the hell do we make a big deal anytime the LGBT does something? Come on now. But anyways, so damn, like there's this. Like they're just going on and on about like we're gonna talk about all these things, and we're also gonna talk about things that we specifically have to talk about as Christian men. And I'm like, okay, now that's understandable, but maybe you should do like a little class at the church instead of going all the way to a freaking retreat center and say it there. And God, and so gave us a little packet. And I don't have the packet on me. No, it was kind of like a test. So they made you write down all these little things, like what's one bad memory you have, what's one good memory you have, like what's your addictions, what kind of hurts and habits do you have going on in your life, well, tell me this, tell me that. And I'm like, okay, so I'm assuming this is gonna be some kind of a big secret fest going on, and I'm like, well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it is called Freedom Week, and the general idea of it is that you go to this thing, and it doesn't matter like what's like grabbing onto you, whether it's addiction, whether it's you know, whether it's just trauma, whether it's whatever, you know, you're supposedly, whatever the hell they do at this freaking thing, you know, you're supposed to be free from it by that Sunday morning, and you're supposed to be just magically all cured. Well, I say magically, but nah, not really. I mean, I've seen people get free from things, you know, at retreats and stuff before as a kid, and I've seen people get, you know, just break every chain of their sins and sorrows and habits and crap, you know, back, even at church. But like, and even outside the church, like I've seen people just completely surrender themselves, you know, to the faith, and amazing things go on from there. But the problem is that I don't know, like with the way they're treating this weekend, it's like as if like it's as if it's like that Jesus shot going around. Now, if you don't know what the Jesus shot is, the Jesus shot, basically what that is that some doctor all the way in like Ohio or something like that, he created a special serum that he does not want to reveal any of the contents, ingredients that he used to make it. Like, he just makes this giant shot, and then, like, you know, it costs $300 to get it inserted in you. But what this shot does is that if you have any kind of back pain, it'll automatically like relieve it, like damn near completely, for like I think 3 to 6 months. And my dad literally, like, just barely reading about this stuff, he bought a plane ticket, flew all the way there, paid this dude $300. I'm not sure how much he paid for the damn plane ticket. He flew all the way back, and he was like, well, this works. And I'm like, well, like, I don't have back pain myself, and I ain't trusting this weird Jesus shot thing that you'd be talking about. But seeing that he would always cry every morning and stuff like that because his back was hurting, I'm like, okay, well, he's not complaining about it as much anymore, so it must work, you know, it must be doing something. But again, it's still kind of shady though, considering that, like, you know, this dude don't want to leak this, I mean, not leak, this dude don't want to, like, tell anybody, you know, how he did this, because I'm assuming, like, you know, for the doctor's case, it's probably just so he can continue to make a profit off it, you know, because again, if everybody knew how to make this stuff, first of all, they'd probably be charging you like way more than $300. They'd probably be charging you like freaking like $2,300, you know, just to freaking just to freaking take the shot. You know how doctors are. I mean, they're so smart. They make a lot of money as is, but then, like, if they get a hold of some like simple kind of formula, whatever, man, they'll just jack up the price like hell. They'll be like, oh yeah, you know, this thing that totally costs $300, yeah, it's gonna cost $2,300 coming from me because I'm a doctor. You know, I got that PhD. You know, so there's this guy, but, you know, don't listen to this guy. He's charging you $300. Now, would you rather pay $300 or $2,300? Yeah, I don't know. That's a little rant right there. Don't at me now. No, I ain't no expert on this kind of stuff, so I'm just talking from my thoughts. All right, don't try to stump me now. But anyways, back to the whole spiel. So again, there's the whole secretness of it all, the secretivity. I don't even know if that's a word, but there you go, the secretivity of it all. Just like everything just being so behind closed curtains. And I get it for some of the things, like let's say if you're addicted to, like, I don't know, anything from like pornography all the way to like maybe you're secretly a drug dealer, or maybe like maybe like you're into like child porn, maybe you're a molester or something like that, and you don't want other people to know that. But I don't know, like, I get, like, if there's some things that, like, you know, that you want to be freed of, that, you know, that you want to get rid of, and you don't want to just like publicly just say it out there. But again, though, you gotta think of it this way: what if they're in a situation like me, where, and I'm not talking about I'm not necessarily talking about the part where, like, we're pretty much just dragged to this thing. No, I'm talking about you're going to this church event at a church that you've never been to, with around these people that you don't know at all, and you're over here spilling your secrets to these people, trusting that, you know, they'll just keep everything secret and all that, and that you just call it by the end of the day. You just call it safe by the end of the day. I'm like, I don't know. Just a lot of things about this thing. A lot of things about this are just drawing up red flags. And so here's another paper that they gave me. So they gave me a schedule. Well, it's not exactly a schedule from here. Let's see. Well, it kind of is. Basically, it's just a weekly schedule. Freedom Weekend, it takes place, you know, from Friday, Friday the 15th. Oh no, not the 15th. Friday the 16th, all the way to Sunday the 18th. You know, we meet up at the church at 7 a.m. on Friday morning, you know, and we come back around like 11:15 on Sunday, and like this is is weird, man. This is so weird. And then, well, I mean, I'm not talking about this whole scheduling part. I just mean what I'm about to go into next. Now, what this church does, like, well, no, but I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Again, it's like it's late at night. I'm trying to just keep my head together. But anyways, so this whole retreat is taking place at this little Lutheran church. So if you want to know where it's at, it's Zion Lutheran Church, 6910 Yucca Drive, Galveston, Texas 77551. Now, if you want to go ahead and type that in and go find this place, go ahead. Or if you just want to send me free, again, you can kind of do that too. But anyways, nah, please don't do that, because go ahead if you want to, but like, I paid $150 for this. But in the case I do need to escape, I will escape and I will just get out of there. And there's a reason why I say, yeah, go ahead and try to save me, because so the next parts I'm about to tell you get really, really weird. So so they say there's certain things not allowed. Like, okay, so obviously, no drugs, no guns, no cigarettes, no alcohol, is allowed. I mean, obviously, first of all, this is a church event, so why the hell would anybody bring any of that kind of stuff? And second of all, freaking again, you just don't bring that kind of stuff to just anywhere. But anyways, freaking. Then they go along further and say, okay, so cell phone and watch usage not allowed. Okay, cell phones are strictly prohibited during the duration of the entire Freedom Weekend. Please leave your cell phone at home or in your vehicle prior to leaving the church on Friday. In case of an emergency, your family can use the cell phone number at the Freedom Weekend administrator. Yeah, only one dude in the entire freaking thing is allowed to have his phone, and we can't drive up there to the retreat center either. No, everybody has to meet up at the church and go onto the same bus and then go and just get their butts over there. And I'm like, I mean, we're all man, I don't like cussing, but this one I swear, we're all grown-ass men, man. Like, you're telling me none of us can none of us can drive ourselves, none of us can have our phones on us or whatever. Like, I mean, to an extent, I can get the whole no cell phone thing, because I mean, they're really trying to keep things secretive. They don't want people to just be recording anything possibly, or they don't want people to get distracted, especially if they have problems with pornography or something like that. Some people look that stuff up in their phone, and they can kind of lead to stumbling. But here's another red flag for me. Some very stupid, some that really shouldn't mean anything, but they make a super big deal out of. You're not allowed to wear a watch. Now, smartwatches, I understand. Those are basically just phones on your wrist with a small screen. But they said you can't even have a digital watch. You can't even have one of those damn analog watches with the freaking short hand, the long hand. You can't even have a sundial. Okay, so it's one thing that I can't. I'm not allowed to have a cell phone on me. That at least makes some sort of sense. You're telling me I'm not even allowed to know what the damn time is? And if I go up to this damn retreat and I see that there's not even a clock in the room, yeah, I don't know. That's gonna pretty much confirm to me that there's something weird going on. And again, again, only one person is allowed to have a freaking device on them. Nobody's allowed to wear a watch. Nobody's allowed to know what time it is. And basically, and the only reason why they decided to tell us where this freaking retreat center is at, because apparently last year an emergency happened, and because nobody knew where they were at, yeah, freaking they had to call an emergency, and just in the case for emergencies, that's the only freaking reason why they included the freaking address in this little paper that they gave us. And I'm like, so you're telling me all the other years prior, actually, yeah, exactly what this is what they told us, that in the years prior they didn't tell anybody where it was. They're like, you're coming. And they're like, where are we going? They're like, we're not gonna tell you. Just get on the bus and let's go. I wouldn't be surprised if they blindfolded people all those years. But oh my god. So God, and I even looked this damn place up. So it's again, some of my fears have been kind of not relinquished. Some of my viewers have been nullified, you know, because I looked up the place on the Google Maps. You know, it's in Galveston, all right, and it's not in the middle of nowhere. It's not in the middle of like a forest like other past retreats I've been. It's not. It's actually in the middle of civilization. Thank God. It's in a residential neighborhood. It's a little church. You know, it says freaking Zion Lutheran Church. But then I even looked up this church, and they said on their website, freaking after like the Hurricane Ike back in 2008, you know, they were, for some reason, after rebuilding or failing to rebuild, they were no longer able to like house themselves as a church. And I'm like, huh? But like it says you're a church right there on your front billboard, and we all know there's many people that go to church. So like, huh? And you're saying that the only way you're able to serve the community again is being a retreat center. And I'm like, again, your freaking sign says you're a church. People are gonna assume that you're open on Sundays or some Wednesday nights. Like, come on now. Like, let's like what's going on here? I see kind of a red flag going on here. People would be acting suspicious, man. And my God, I don't know. And they say failing to rebuild. Like, I looked up the even on the Google map. I even went on Street View. Like, I can clearly see the church is up and running, and it has to be if they're freaking using it as a retreat center. And the weird, what makes it even weirder is that, like, yeah, we failed to rebuild and we can't go back to just being a church. And I'm like, again, besides the whole sign thing, Hurricane Ike happened in 2008. And I know sometimes Google Maps, they're not very good they're not very good at updating their maps frequently. Like, I'll even go back and look at my old address, you know, look at the old house, and I'll still see my grandma's truck in the front. Sometimes I'll still see like my freaking my old first car up in the front too. I'll see my dog looking out the looking at the gate, and I'm like, yeah, we don't live here anymore. This was like serious freaking 2015 or whatever. But and I get that, but again, Hurricane Ike happened in 2008, and like at the earliest latest, like that image could have been from like maybe 2013, 2015ish, and I'm like, I know things can't be that freaking bad that in between 2008 to 2013 or possibly even to 2016ish. Like, you're telling me like you weren't able to rebuild at all? Like, come on now. And God, like, it's, I don't know, things be acting weird, man. Things be acting really weird. And so, God, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, I may or may not try to smuggle in my phone in there, but then I'm like, what am I gonna do though? I mean, I would no doubt I'll still be able to connect to the internet, but what am I gonna do though? There's not much I can do, and besides, I'm pretty sure over there they're gonna keep a close eye on you, so it's not like I really can have a chance to have my phone. And I'm pretty much, even if I like just whip it out in the restroom or whatever, like, again, like, they're gonna hear the vibrations, or they might assume that I'm on something, or they might assume I'm doing something in there if I'm in there for like more than a minute. I'm like, really? Like, I don't know. Everything is giving me like weird vibes. Like, I have like this bad feeling, man, that they're gonna do some really weird stuff, or they're gonna try to like use like mind control therapy or something like that, or they're gonna try to like freaking like literally beat some sense into us, and that's why they don't want people like to know or record anything, because like they're just gonna do some weird, possibly illegal, possibly cultish, probably just really weird things, like things they probably shouldn't be doing, especially as a freaking church group. But I don't know. And I know if they try to do anything on me, if they try to perform any kind of weird spells or any kind of weird hypnotism on me or whatever like that, first of all, it ain't gonna work. You know, I'm not like y'all. I actually think. And second of all, I won't be afraid to start fighting. Now, I may or may not be able, I may or may not smuggle my phone in there, but let me tell you, man, I'm at least getting in one knife and my brass knuckles, man. I'm bringing them in there with me. I don't care if I have to stick them out my butt, man. You know what? I'm just gonna bring them in there, and if y'all start anything, I'm gonna start fighting. I'm gonna start swinging. I'm gonna start stabbing, man. So you best not do anything weird to me or do anything weird around me. Otherwise, y'all would be the ones getting some sense beaten into y'all. I mean, seriously, like, god damn. I even looked at the map, and so now I know, like, if just in case if I ever need to escape, I know I can't hail a taxi because I won't have my phone, and taxis don't freaking drive around very often around these parts, you know. So I looked at the map and I'm like, okay, you know what, I know where the nearest hotel is, I know how to get to it, and even even if somehow I can walk all the way back to the, off the island and back onto the continent, shoot, like, I mean, I even know the way there too. But I doubt on the big bridge that connects the island to the rest of the country, I doubt there's like a walkway or whatever on there. And possibly if I escape, it's probably gonna be at night, so it's already gonna be scary enough just trying to get to the damn beach. Damn, yeah, where the nearest hotel is. God, man. But anyways, I already got my escape routes planned out. Shoot, probably what I would do is I go to the nearest hotel, see if I can get someone to call me a freaking cab or whatever, man. God, like, and I don't know, like, and the people just at the church in general, they just act like at this church, they just act really, really weird, man. Like, let me tell you, they just act really, really weird, especially when it comes to this whole Freedom Weekend thing. Like, again, like, I would not be surprised if they try anything weird, if they like want to do something weird, or they're gonna be like, oh no, don't worry, this is for your good, this is how we're gonna make you free from all that stuff. I'm like, huh? God. Again, I ain't afraid to start swinging. I ain't afraid to stand my ground. You can try to hold me down and all that too, but you know what? At the end, I'm gonna be out there that Sunday, and you best pray that I don't find a way back to that little church and freaking start throwing Molotovs or something like that. Cause I swear, man, I'll come in and I'll get y'all when it's not the retreat. Shoot, like, you best prepare, man. You best prepare. You tick me off, I'll break you. I really don't want to have to do that though. But I mean, then again, I am part of my grandma, and my grandma was a fighter, and so I ain't afraid to fight either. I'll do what it takes. And you know what? And during this whole retreat thing, they said, okay, so in this thing, we want to be like super real. We want to be real with each other. We want to like just tell each other everything. Tell each other all about our hurts, habits, and hangups, and try to get ourselves free from these from these chains that bind us. And I'm like, okay, so you want me to be real? I'm gonna be real with y'all, like 100%. Well, maybe 99%, because I ain't telling them about my plan. But I'm still gonna see. But I will not be afraid to offend people. I will not be afraid to freaking start things. Possibly even just start a couple of fights, just because I might piss people off that much. But you know what though? Hey, you asked for this stuff. And shoot, I don't even give a damn. I'll even cuss at that damn thing, man. You say you want to be real? I'll bring the real, man. Come on, man. Jesus Christ, man. Save my soul, rip me a new one, man. Shoot, they probably might, man. God, so shoot. I don't know. This whole thing is just seeming very, very weird, man. And you know what? And I'm making sure that this year, and I'm pretty sure I'll be the only person that does this, I'm bringing my Lysol. I'm gonna wear my mask the whole time, and I'll be like, hey y'all, okay, before any of y'all suckers come into this room, open your mouth. Y'all gonna get a Lysol spray today. Hell no. Catch me giving me COVID. Now again, I ain't scared of getting the virus. No, I'm just scared that I'll get it and I can't pass the temperature thing at work, and I can't go to work. I can't freaking earn my pay, and I can't pay my bills, and I'll be all on y'all, and somebody's gonna be dying. So shoot, you want to try me? Go ahead, try me. But anyways, I'm hoping to not have to use my force, but I mean, if these people, if they drive me to that point, I won't be afraid to hesitate. I won't hesitate. I won't be afraid to freaking go at you, man. I know I'm talking a pretty big game here, but I will stick to my word. I'm just trying to tell you here right now, just in case if something does happen, just so you guys can vouch for me. If you're like, I don't know. I'm saying now. Again, it's like 3 a.m. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts together. Okay, so that's kind of out of the way now. I feel much better finally talking about it for the first time. Again, y'all guys will be the first to know, and don't worry, none of those folks at the church are not gonna realize I'm telling y'all this, because literally none of y'all freaking go to this damn church. My parents don't know about the podcast, and it's gonna be all good, brother. It's gonna be all good. Let the plan initiate. And I got a small feeling that really truly the only reason why like my parents want me to go to this so damn bad is because either, first of all, like the damn cult of a church freaking like kind of brainwashed them into like making me want to go as like this devout freaking servant or whatever, or because you know because they're easily able to like just shake down secrets out of my sister like nothing. But like because of the fact that, you know, I don't talk to him very much, and I'm like a very, very difficult rock to open. Freaking like, you know, they're like, oh man, like I don't know, he never talks, never goes out, he never gets out of his room, he never freaking does normie stuff with us. Like how dare he not watch all these boring movies that we watch? How dare he watch interesting anime? How dare he go to work all the time? How dare he spend more time with his friends than with his mother? You know what? We're gonna shake some secrets out of him. Yeah. You know, we're gonna send him to this. We're gonna force him to this freaking event. Yeah. And we're gonna make him say some things. Oh, sure. Oh, is that what? If that's what you want, you gon' get it. You gon' get it. Oh man. Yeah, like pretty much. And there's more to my plan, but I'll reveal it more after it's all said and done. You know, give or take if it's actually successful or not, which I'm hoping it is, and I will make sure it is. Man, like probably by the end of it, there's gonna be some fights over here back at home. I may actually start swinging. I may, you know, shoot, I may have to beat down somebody, and they may or may not still want me in the house. And you know what? That's completely fine. I'm making enough money now to where I can easily just move out. So yeah, screw y'all. Anyways. Yeah, so that's finally on my chest. Oh boy, yeah. I don't want to make this a mini cast, you know. I want to make this a full length cast. So I wonder what else am I gonna talk about? Let's see. Well, I'm not sure. You know, I honestly didn't know how long that little topic was gonna last. Let's see what else is on my mind. Well, okay, let's see. I'm not sure, man. I literally I didn't think I'd make it this far. Well, I thought I'd make it a little bit further than this. I mean, further than freaking 36 minutes. Okay, so let's talk podcast for a second. So again, so now that I'm working overnight, I can't really make podcasts as often as I would like to anymore, because I used to just do it whenever, like just after work. But now that I work over the night. And I don't like recording my podcast during the day while everybody else is awake, because people make noise. People just like to barge in here whenever they want. You know, they're like, hey, what you doing? Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, well, I want to wake up. Hey, want to breakfast? Hey, want to do this? Hey, want to do that? Hey, I need to tell you something. I need to give you a 3-hour lecture. Hey, I want you to do this. Hey, can you come downstairs for a second? I need you to do some mundane, typical task that I can do, but I'm too lazy to do. Hey, can you do this? Hey, what you doing? Hey, who you talking to? Can I join? I'm like, no. Man, I'm trying to prevent that, man. You know, and that's why I primarily recorded at night. And so, yeah, and so because I'm only off 2 days a week now, and those 2 days a week I'm actually, you know, free over the night. Yeah, so Tuesdays and Mondays are the only 2 days I can really make a podcast, and I'm gonna try to release at least one a week. Man, let me tell you, I'm being more faithful to this podcast than I was faithful to my YouTube videos, man. Now, let me tell you about my YouTube channel, man. God, so I used to have this YouTube channel. I'm not sure if I told you guys yet or whatever, but for those of y'all who don't remember, or just don't know, because I probably never talked about it, I had this YouTube channel called XFLiX. Now, I started off as 19 Mario Luigi 85. I mean, that was literally the freaking name. I made this channel back almost 10 years ago. Yeah, like this October on the 28th, it will be 10 years. My channel will be 10 years old. Damn, a lot of time has passed by. I made the show when I was 13. Or not the show, but you know what I mean. Yeah, the channel. I made the channel back when I was 13. Now, the reason why I made it was because, well, let's roll further back. So, and I think I might have briefly talked about this in my filmmaking podcast. So I'm gonna try to keep it not too detailed, not too brief. Honestly, I don't even remember what I recorded in that podcast. But anyways, basically, I've always had an interest in making videos. You know, ever since my first ever since, you know, I was a small kid and my mom had this video camera she used to record us with. Freaking like I always thought it'd be so cool to record myself doing something, like pretending to be a news anchor or something, and then just see myself on the TV. Because, you know, back in the 2000s, you know, that was kind of a pretty big deal to see. You know, to see yourself on the TV, and I always thought that was freaking cool. But I just never had any idea what I wanted to see myself doing on the TV. And then, you know, fast forward a little bit, I had my first flip phone, and when I found out like the camera could do more than just take pictures, that it can take video instead, I'm like, ooh, let's see. I started out taking like doing like little 1-minute videos. I just record just like random things. But now I thought, wait a second, let me get some toys together. Let me make a little quick story real quick. And then so I did that. I would just use my toys and just as like kind of like puppets for whatever kind of story I would make up. And then eventually I somehow unlocked this way to record hour-long videos, which maybe go into more complex like storylines and such. And I just kind of edit videos together. But well, actually, I wasn't exactly able to edit videos together. I was able to pause mid-recording and then like unpause it, and that was kind of like how I would edit things. Now, fast forward a little further, I got an iPhone. I had an iPhone 4. I know my first true video editor was not iMovie. No, it was freaking Splice. Which Splice is not the same Splice as it was back when I first started using it. No, it's owned by GoPro, which GoPro is owned by Disney, so Disney owns Splice, and freaking it's just so much different than what it was before. But anyways, so I would use Splice, like again, same thing. Just get random toys together, start making videos together. Eventually, I'll start recording videos myself and just seeing them on my phone. Now, anyways, so this is around freaking like 2010, 2011-ish, where like so there was rough times going on in my family. So my parents started fighting a lot. Shoot, my dad started doing things that my mom didn't like. I'm not gonna go too much into detail because I can save that for a whole nother podcast. But basically, there'll be a few times where they would really get into it, like freaking they would yell so loud the freaking neighbors would wake up. My sister would run outside crying, freaking I'm over here just freaking calling 911 because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. My dad would push my mom into the wall. It was a really bad scene, man. But anyways, there was this one case where it got so bad, man. I even like freaking spoke out against my dad and against my parents in general. And I was just freaking God, like I was just so angry, so pissed. And after the whole fighting started to like not boil down, started to kind of like cool down. Like the next day, because and before I go into this next day, freaking like months before, I had another friend back in I can't speak today. But anyways, back in middle school, I had this other friend, which we'd be FaceTiming each other all the time. We'd be playing against each other online, Super Smash Brothers, and then Brawl. Not Ultimate, not Wii U. No, this is Brawl, man. But yeah, we'd be playing against each other. And then he got me into the idea of making a YouTube channel. Now I thought, I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel, but like, how do you do it? And he was like, I opened up an account and I have to pay. Like my mom has to pay for it every month, but I got an account. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I wish I could have a YouTube account, but I don't have any money to pay for a freaking account every month. So then, after this one fight with my parents, I thought, you know what? And I don't know why I was thinking like this at the time. I mean, come on, like a domestic tragedy happened, but I'm over here thinking, while my parents are down in the dumps, I could possibly get away with more things. Now, I wasn't trying to get away with mischievous things. Now I was like, maybe I can open up a YouTube channel and get them to pay for it. Yeah, it's kind of like as an apology or as an I'm sorry for causing so much trouble. And so I'm like, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. So I made a Google account, I made a YouTube channel, and I found out right away that you didn't have to pay for it every month. I don't know what my freaking friend was saying back there. I don't know what I was actually talking about. And I was like, you know what? This is free. Damn, I could have been making videos earlier. Shoot. But anyways, I had an iPhone. I could easily send to YouTube. I could make YouTube videos. So that's where I started making YouTube videos. I labeled it under freaking 19 Mario Luigi 85. And at the time I thought, I want my channel to be kind of just like an everything channel. I don't want to be just like limited to just one type of content. There's some people that make music videos. There's some people that make animation videos. There's some people that make freaking like blogs. There's people that make there are people like Early Smosh. They would do all kinds of little skits. I kind of want to do a little bit of everything. Be a jack of all trades, master of none. And my God, well, definitely you can highlight the master of none, because man, like I tried a little too hard with my 13-year-old cringy self. yeah. Like, I mean, I just made basically what I did was I just uploaded a whole bunch of just dumb videos, and I would just upload them. Freaking, there was even a couple of videos of me just playing freaking Super Mario, like straight from the TV, because I didn't know how to record stuff on my game console. Damn. Yeah, but anyways, so I was recording all these things, and eventually I got more into the idea of filmmaking. So once I got into the more mentality that, hey, I like doing this, I like editing videos, I like recording stuff, I like producing stuff. What if I actually became like a film director, someday? And I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's get more serious with this. So I rebranded my freaking channel as XFLiX. That's underscore bracket. Or yeah, the word skull in brackets. There you go. It was kind of like my little shtick to it. It was like my personal branding. And I try to be a little more focused on the videos. However, I mean, I was a little more focused, but because of the fact that despite me wanting to actually truly be a film director, I would not watch movies. I would not. I watched a lot of TV shows though, but I would not watch movies. I would whenever I did watch movies, I just watched them for fun. I didn't try to watch them for like camera angles or try to learn things off them. Or I didn't watch behind the scenes. I wouldn't watch any of that stuff because I found that stuff boring. I just wanted to make videos for fun. Unfortunately, it would be years before I would figure out that it's just mainly just an over exaggerated hobby and not something that I necessarily wanted to do in the future. Although at some points, yeah, I was truly convinced I wanted to do this, but damn. But anyways, shoot, I try to get a little more serious with it with my limited knowledge of TV shows, and again, I just watched those for fun. I didn't watch those for any kind of like learning or whatever. And I played a lot of video games. I was playing a lot of NES games on my Wii and stuff. I was playing a lot of GTA 5. Of course, I wasn't gonna freaking like learn anything. Damn. But then again, ironically, I have this one video series that I compiled into one big movie as one interconnecting story. I got the idea from GTA 5 or GTA 4 really, because you got these 3 games, 3 separate storylines, and for these 3 main characters, and they intertwine with each other somehow. And I thought, what if I did that, but made it more impactful? Like made it to where like one had to happen because of the other, So it took me years before I could finally get that picture to fruition. But I finally, I finally completed that dream. It was a mess. It's cringy. I mean, for the time and for the limited resources I had, it is kind of cool how we did it, but it's blatantly obvious that I hardly had any idea what I was doing. I was improvising most of the time. I obviously did not know how to write a script. I didn't have a script, and I was trying to make things up as I went along. That's kind of the way how I've always made videos, even when I got supposedly more serious with them. My God, yeah, damn that. And that YouTube channel, like, it could have been something great, but like, damn it. But it took me years. It took me all the way to freaking like 2017 for me to realize that, yeah, like like I like making videos and all. First of all, like, freaking once school started getting a bit more heavier, because I was getting towards graduation year, and I just didn't have enough time to really make videos. And then even after I graduated and started working, freaking like I just didn't have enough time to really do any of this stuff. And when I did have time, I just rather be spending it doing other things. And I realized that I just didn't want to freaking do it anymore. Like as a freaking I didn't want to do it anymore as a freaking career path. So I thought, you know what? I'm not saying I'm giving up. I'm saying that I'm acknowledging the fact that I never actually wanted to do this as an actual deal. So, I went along and just kind of dropped the whole thing. Started pursuing other paths. Now, I got a couple of callings in my life. I believe that God has called me to be a worship leader. God doesn't, now, I don't think it necessarily means worship pastor. Now, that's what I told my parents years ago. Back when I was still a normie, and I was thinking one-dimensionally in one direction, but like, damn, but like, and they're hell bent on that idea, but as the years went on, as I talked to my parents a lot less, I started talking to God a lot more, and I started realizing that, definitely for sure, life isn't gonna go the way I expected to go. It isn't gonna go the way I think. I mean, come on, freaking, like, from 2017 to now. a lot of things happen that I never thought would happen. Shoot, like according to my normie ideals, by now I'd probably be close to freaking graduating college. But school is just not for me. Now I will go to school for certain things, so I have to. But I'm just on this idea that I'm just not gonna go back to school unless there's classes I necessarily really need to take. And also I'm getting off that path. I'm dropping that idea. So again, I'm for sure confident that God wants me to be a worship leader. Again, whether that means pastor, whether that means whatever, we'll see. Now, I still can't play an instrument worth of crap, but I am still trying to work on my singing. Now, I've been freaking I've been working on that for the past 7 years. I ain't no master, but you know what? Though I'll keep on trying to the day I die. To the day that freaking becomes useful. To the day freaking I can use that gift as something that can further God's plan, whatever that may be. And I believe I have another calling, which I think it may even walk hand in hand with the whole worship leader thing. Because again, it may not even have to involve singing. It may be just be just a salt in the light of the workplace. Because I've been playing a lot of RPGs lately, and I'm like, and the way I've been playing them, I've been making connections to the real world, and I'm like, damn, this is kind of like managing, and I've been in this freaking job that I've been in for so long. I'm like, maybe I want to get into business management, or maybe not so high. Maybe I just want to be a manager of a store, not even necessarily the owner or a store manager. But man, like maybe that's another path I should go on, because I'm really passionate about the job that I do, and I'm very confident to say that I don't only just have a good idea of how things should work. I truly have a good grasp on how things definitely should work, and that that sounded repetitive, redundant, but please get what I'm saying. But anyways, but yeah, I feel like this is another calling that God has for me. To be a leader in the workplace, to be someone that inspires, and even that motivates, their employees, and not just to get the job done, or not just to do things for the sake of the company, but for the sake of the people, to inspire them to become to work and grow, and to become the best worker, the best person, the best child of God that they can possibly be, whether they believe in God or not. That they'd be the best version of them that they can be. Shoot, even if they don't even plan to stay at the freaking store that I'm managing, for very long. Even if they're just there to make a quick buck, if they're just there to freaking get by school. Shoot, I want to learn, help, and teach them and grow them as much as possible. And I very much believe that's something that God wants me to do, because He's put the spirit of a leader in me. I truly do believe that. And on top of that, when my grandma died, I realized that her body died, her spirit went up to heaven, or her soul went up to heaven, but the spirit of her, it felt like on that day when I visited her at her coffin, I inherited that spirit. And she was able to talk to so many people. She got, not only did she get along with all sorts of people, it didn't matter whether you're a drug using criminal out on the streets. It didn't matter if you're a freaking or you're the mayor of Houston. Freaking, she talked to all kinds of people. She got along with so many people. She related to so many of them, of many different generations and ages and backgrounds. And I'm like, and I feel like I can do the same as well, and I to an extent I have. I've met so many kinds of different people, and I truly believe that, seeing that I've inherited this kind of spirit of hers, and that God has placed this kind of leadership role in my life, that perhaps I can just be that person for somebody. I can be that person, to be their. I'm gonna make an anime reference, so if you don't get it, please look it up. I could be somebody's Koro Sensei. I could be many people's Koro Sensei, or I can be someone's Wizard King. Or I can be someone's freaking I forgot the dude's name, but I've been watching this other anime called Rainbow, and there's this main dude, man. He's the oldest inmate of all the other inmates he shares a cell with. I forgot his freaking name, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it right. But man, this he's the dude that all the guards want to freaking like are just helping on killing. But man, like, but again, he's a leader. He's like basically an older brother to all the other guys. You know, he's in the cell. You know, he's their inspiration. He's their freaking person that, you know, that leads the way. That, you know, that guides them to be better people. And I think that's the most important thing. I believe that God wants me to like help people become the best, you know, that they can possibly be, even if it's for a little bit, even if it's for whatever reason. Like, and I believe through that, through my works, through my fruit, I'll be giving glory to God. Maybe that's how He wants me to worship Him. We'll see. And I believe there's some other things He wants me to do too. But again, for the sake of what may or may not happen after this freaking Freedom Weekend thing, I'm gonna reveal, or maybe, well, definitely after the Freedom Weekend thing, no matter what happens, I will reveal, you know, what He wants me to do, and I will reveal some other things here. But for now, I'm trying to keep things timed in the right, or I'm trying to time things like correctly, because I don't want to do things too early. I don't want to do things too fast. I don't want to do things too slow either. So, you know, we're gonna play this. You know, we're gonna play this in God's guided hands. Oh boy, I talked quite a bit about an array of topics here on this podcast, and I'm proud. I'm proud. Damn. Now here we go. Last 5 minutes of the podcast. What am I gonna talk about? Damn. Well, it's gotta be something quick, you know, because I want to try to keep this at least an hour long. Man, I don't mind if I go over. Okay. Well, here's some channel updates. Okay, so. Yeah. Oh, actually, let's go back to the other topic I had before I went on the freaking spiral ball that went on. So, I mean, yeah, I'm being more faithful to this damn podcast than I have ever been to freaking on my YouTube channel. Cause man, like, I wanted to upload weekly, but like, I just never did, because again, like, I'd rather be doing other things than making videos. Again, this is the time where I started really getting into Nintendo games, or where I started playing Call of Duty and freaking GTA 4 all the time. You know, where I was watch a lot of YouTube. You know, back in the golden age of YouTube, man. Like, damn, like freaking this. I mean, this was a very distracting time for me. Yeah, even though I wanted to be a YouTuber, like, I just didn't have the what you call it. I didn't have, you know, the drive to be one, truly. And I would just kind of upload videos whenever I just felt like it, and didn't really pursue the dream. And I'm not trying to be a podcaster as a career point, but you know what? I want to try to keep on doing this for as long as possible, even if it goes on for the next decade or a couple of decades. Because I mean, it's pretty damn easy to make time to just talk into a microphone and then post it online. But another thing is that, like, I don't know. I don't ever expect this podcast to get big, and I don't ever expect, you know, for it to reach many people. But for the few people that do like listen to it, that it does reach, you know. I don't know, I just want to entertain you. I want to give you inspiration. I want to freaking just give you a reason, just, you know, kind of, you know, I don't know. I forgot where I was going with that one, but you know what I mean, though. You like, I just want to, again, you know, I just kind of want to just be a voice for you to listen to. You know, whether you want to listen or not, you know, that's your choice. But like, you know, I'm gonna just keep on talking into this microphone. Doesn't matter if nobody listens, or it doesn't matter if hundreds of people listen. You know what? I don't give a damn. Because like this podcast says, I just talk about things because why the hell not? You know? Yeah, why the hell not? You know what? And yeah, like, and lately, because things have been going on, freaking schedule changes at work, freaking just you know, just me just being busy with just life in general. Yeah, I started off making this podcast like literally every day during the pandemic, and then when things seemingly started to get better, you know, I started posting every week. And then freaking the whole COVID thing, the whole Freedom Weekend COVID thing last year happened, and that's when everything started to stumble. But you know what? Now that I'm back, really truly back on track, yeah, you know, I'm not going back to posting daily. I'm gonna try to at least post once, maybe twice a week. So again, because I got 2 days off and we're together, and I can freaking post at night. So there you go. You know, this is a real exciting time. You know, and I'm gonna just keep on podcasting. I'm gonna keep on journaling. I'm gonna keep on just saying stuff just to say them. Whether that entertains you, whether that inspires you, whether that freaking just gets you off your feet and dance. You know what? I don't personally, I don't care, but I do care that it does something. So I don't know. That sounds weird. It sounds kind of contradicting there, but I don't know. Whew. Well, there you go. I might just go ahead and just cut it a bit short here, because again, I can't really think of anything else to talk about. Well, okay. Well, actually, you know what? Another podcast update. You know, so last podcast I did the whole character thing. You know, I called it a group cast, even though it's weird because I call actual like podcast with me talking to like Caleb or Victor or somebody else. You know, like I'll call those freaking group casts. But over here, you know, I call this a group cast. So anyways, it's like it's not like it is an official series now, where I just get random characters together and I just make them interact and just play kind of like an episode of just whatever world they're in. But like, I don't know. Like, here's the thing about the character cast. I really want to stay faithful in doing them like every 13th episode. But the thing is that like, there's so many voices that I want to do. There's so many like funny stories and stuff I want to like share with them. There's so many like different scenarios, however you say it. There's many different like freaking things I want to do with all these characters that I have on this list, and what I can do with my voice. But the thing is that like, I don't want to blow them all at once. You know, I don't want to make every single freaking episode a character cast, because again, this podcast is just me talking. You know, I don't want to just become the character cast podcast or whatever. And also, and besides, I kind of want to keep the character cast like at a minimum, you know, or spaced out, because I want them to be like, you know, special treats, you know, during the podcast. But the whole group cast thing, again, I got many more characters, you know, lined up, you know, ready to be heard, you know, and they'll also be in group cast whenever I decide to post them. So I'll just post those sporadically. But the normal character cast, you know, like Polar Blast or Ain't Noma or whatever, yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep just, you know, I'm gonna keep posting them every 13th episode. What episode is this, by the way? Let's see. Let me check real quick on the Anchor app on my phone. Damn, I don't even know what this is. Episode 18. So this will be episode 19. Holy crap! Yeah, we almost there, man. We almost there. We're getting about 7 more episodes away from the next character. And oh boy, this next character that I want to introduce is kind of a doozy. You know, I'm trying to actually write a bit of a story for this one. You know, because this one gets kind of complex. You know, and also I've been thinking about introducing another character, but in a mini cast. Again, just some random mini cast out there, but I'm not sure whether to do it before or after this one. So we'll just have to see. Anyway, so now we've hit the 1 hour mark. I could officially call this a podcast. Yeah, not a mini cast. Hooray! But anyways, so if you made it this far, you know, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. Anyways, shoot. Thank you for tuning in tonight. This is your boy Asiago on 3 AM Thoughts, signing off.